You do things for your cat every single day, but do you actually know which ones they understand as love? Yes, you feed them, you pet them, you talk to them, but behind the gestures that actually reach them, there's a language most owners never learn. And if you've been skipping even one of these 7 things, which most people do, your cat might not be getting the message you think you're sending. Let's start with the one that costs you nothing but a single second of eye contact. The slow blink. Most people think affection for a cat means reaching out to touch them. But here's the thing. Cats don't speak in touch first. They speak in eyes. In the wild, a direct, unblinking stare is a threat. It's what a predator does before it strikes. So when your cat looks at you and you stare back without thinking, you might be sending entirely the wrong signal. But when you look at your cat, soften your gaze, and slowly close and open your eyes, you've just said something in a language older than any word. Researchers studying cat communication found that cats respond to the slow blink from humans the same way they respond to it from other cats they trust. They slow blink back, they approach, they relax. It's the closest thing cats have to saying, "I love you," out loud. Do it once a day, deliberately. Not when you're distracted. Look at them, let them see you see them, and blink slowly. And by the way, if your cat has stopped making eye contact with you altogether, don't brush it off. We'll get into what that really means at the end, and it's something most owners wish they'd noticed sooner. 2. Say their name for no reason. Most owners only use their cat's name when they want something. Come here, stop that, dinner time. And without realizing it, the name starts to mean something is about to happen. But cats are far more perceptive than that. Studies show domestic cats recognize their own name clearly, not just the sound pattern, but the specific voice of the person who says it most. When you say your cat's name softly, with no agenda attached, no food, no command, no correction, you're doing something different. You're telling them, "You exist," and that alone is enough reason for me to speak. Say their name gently across the room. Don't follow it with anything. Just let it hang in the air. Watch what they do. Most cats will turn, hold eye contact for a moment, then go back to what they were doing. That small acknowledgement is everything. And hey, if this is already changing how you think about your daily routine with your cat, smash that like and subscribe. It's the best way to help us reach more cat owners who actually want to understand what their cat needs from them. 3. Let them initiate touch. Here's something most loving cat owners get wrong. They reach for their cat constantly, picking them up, stroking them mid-nap, scooping them onto laps. And the cat tolerates it, sometimes even enjoys it. But there's a critical difference between a cat who is touched and a cat who chooses to be touched. Cats are not passive creatures. They have strong opinions about when and how contact happens. When you always initiate, you train them to expect that their body isn't entirely their own around you. And over time, some cats begin to avoid closeness altogether to stay in control. The fix is simple, but requires patience. Sit near them. Extend one finger. Wait. If they come to sniff it, press into it, or rub their cheek along it. That contact was theirs. That's the version of touch that deepens trust. It's the version that tells them, "With me, you are always safe to say no." And that safety is what love feels like to a cat. 4. Match their energy. Cats have 2 modes that matter most: alert and at rest. And one of the quietest things you can do to tell your cat you love them is simply mirror the state they're in. When your cat is in a calm, drowsy mood and you burst into the room loud and fast, their nervous system registers it as a disruption. Not danger necessarily, but not comfort either. Conversely, when your cat is playful and hunting mode and you're completely still and unresponsive, they read that as disinterest. Bonded cats sync. They've done it to you. If you've noticed your cat settling down when you settle down or becoming more active when you're energetic, that's them already doing the work. Your job is to do it back. Move slower in quiet moments. Get on the floor during play. Let them lead the tempo of the interaction. When you match their energy, you stop being an unpredictable human-sized presence and start feeling to them like someone who actually speaks their language. 5. Create a daily ritual. Cats don't experience love the way humans do, through grand gestures or surprises. They experience it through predictability, knowing you will be there, knowing what comes next. In the wild, a cat's safety depends entirely on being able to predict their environment. When something is consistent, it is safe. When something is safe, it is good. When you create a small daily ritual, the same gentle greeting every morning, the same 5-minute play session before dinner, the same quiet sit-together moment at night, you are literally building yourself into the architecture of their world. Researchers studying domestic cat stress levels found that cats in stable, routine-heavy households show significantly lower cortisol markers than those in unpredictable ones. That routine is the love, not a special occasion, not extra treats on weekends. The daily, quiet, unremarkable showing up. That's what makes a cat feel certain they are loved. 6. Talk to them like they understand. Most people talk to their cats privately and feel slightly embarrassed about it. Don't. It might be one of the most bonding things you do. Cats don't understand your words, but they absolutely understand your vocal tone, your rhythm, your emotional state, and the fact that you are directing your voice at them specifically. When you talk to your cat, describe what you're making for dinner, or tell them they look ridiculous sitting like that. Something real is happening. You are treating them as a social partner, and cats are exquisitely sensitive to being acknowledged. Studies show cats respond differently to speech directed at them versus speech they overhear. Their ears orient, their pupils adjust, some approach. They know when they are the subject. And night after night, that small act of inclusion tells them something no gesture alone can say. You matter enough to talk to. 7. Notice when something's off. What does it mean when a cat who is usually engaged, present, and affectionate suddenly withdraws? This is what I mentioned earlier, and it's the most important thing on this list. Because all 6 things above are acts of love you give. This one is about love you pay attention to. Cats do not complain. They do not ask for help. When something is wrong, physically, emotionally, or environmentally, their first response is to hide it. It's a survival instinct so deep that even the most domesticated cat carries it. So when your cat is quieter than usual, eating less, avoiding the spaces they used to love, or pulling away from you, that's not moodiness. That is communication. It might be pain. It might be stress from a change in the home. It might be something emotional, a disruption to their sense of safety that you haven't noticed yet. The act of love here is simple. Pay attention. Not just to the moments that feel warm and easy, but to the ones that feel off. Because your cat cannot call you, cannot leave you a note. The only way they can tell you something is wrong is by changing. And if you're watching, you'll see it. That's the deepest thing love asks of you. Not grand gestures, just presence. Just noticing. Because they notice everything about you, every single day. None of these things are complicated. None of them cost anything. But every one of them speaks directly to what a cat actually needs to feel loved. Safety, consistency, respect, and attention. Start with just one today. See what your cat does. You might be surprised how quickly they answer back.